Hello, I'm Emma Hammett, the founder and CEO of First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com and the author of Burns, Falls and Emergency Calls, the ultimate guide to the prevention and treatment of childhood accidents. Today I'm going to talk to you about burns. Burns are scary. Burns cause long-term damage to the skin, and burns are something that first aid and prompt and appropriate first aid can make a massive difference to the amount of pain and scarring that somebody actually experiences. And the treatment for burns is incredibly simple: cool running water. People get really caught up in complicating the treatment for burns. Please don't put anything else on a burn other than cool running water. That is the best thing to actually cool down the burn. We are meat and you are burning. So what we need to do is cool down the burn. So if it is a scald and there is a hot liquid that's been spilt onto someone, the quandary is, do you take the clothes off or don't you? Well, the most important thing is that you're not removing anything that is stuck to the burn. Because if it is stuck to the skin and you try and remove it, you will rip off more of the skin. So the key thing is, if it is a child who has had a cup of hot coffee spilt on them and it was a cold day and they were wearing a thick coat, if you're able to take that coat off as quickly as you can before the hot liquid has actually gone through it and gone to their skin, then clearly that is a very sensible thing to do. If, however, they were wearing a cotton t-shirt and when you just try gently to remove it, there is some resistance there, then leave it on, in which case you would then cool over the top of the clothing. You will be able to cool the burn better without the clothing. So if you are able to remove it without removing anything that is stuck, then please do so. So the key thing is to cool, 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 cool and cool some more. And I can't impress more highly how important that is. So cooling the burn will actually reverse some of the damage that has been done and can actually lead to a more severe burn becoming less severe, just because you have cooled it swiftly and efficiently. Now, keep an eye open for signs of shock, because shock is very serious. We'll cover that in a separate video. But with shock, it is made worse if someone is scared, in pain, and if they're cold. If you have someone that is burnt, they're likely to be scared. They're likely to be in pain. And if you are then cooling the burn on top, you need to make sure that you're cooling the burn and keeping the rest of the casualty wrapped up and as warm and calm as you possibly can. So the key thing is cool it, cool it, cool it, cool it, cool it. Cool running water is the best. If you don't have access to cool running water, then the advice is that any other suitable liquid will do. I'm not going to rush and put Coke on a burn, but you know, seriously, if you're in a supermarket and someone spills a hot drink over you, the easiest thing to do is to grab some milk, for example, and that would be a very sensible thing, and they would have copious amounts of milk in a supermarket in the refrigerated section that you could then pour over to ensure that you're not more severely burnt. I know everyone has free coffees going around in a lot of the supermarkets now, and that does have dangers. So, cool it, cool it, cool it. It's cool running water, it's not iced water, so it doesn't need to be freezing cold, and in fact, if you were to put ice on a burn, you could actually constrict some of the blood vessels and slow down some of the healing. So it's just cool running water, and it should be for at least 10 minutes, or until some of the burning sensation begins to reduce, but that will be at least 10 minutes. Think about taking a joint of meat out of the oven and leaving it to rest. It takes at least 10 minutes to cool. And so it needs a full 10 minutes plus of cooling. And time it, because if you are running something under cool running water and you have a distressed casualty, it will feel a lot longer than the 10 minutes. So time it properly, because it does take at least 10 minutes to cool a burn properly. So cool it, cool it, cool it, cool it. Don't rush to dress it. If the burn is bigger than a 50p piece on a child, basically burns are measured according to your palm. So if the burn is bigger than your hand, that is 1%. So for a child, for a baby, it's tiny. So a 50p piece is a serious burn for them. So if it is red and blistered and it is larger than a 50p piece, I would be phoning an ambulance and continuing to cool the burn under cool running water during that time. So cool it, cool it, cool it. If you do want to transport them to hospital yourself, all burns should be assessed by a medical or health professional. So if you do wish to transport, when I say that, all burns that would require dressing should be assessed by a medical or health professional. Should you wish to transport them yourself, if it was something like a hand or a foot, you could put that into a clean plastic food bag, and actually depriving the burn of air will make it less painful. So make sure you have cooled it for at least 15 minutes if you're contemplating dressing it yourself. You could use a little bit of like cling film. Take a couple of the bits off the top so that it's more sterile inside, and just loosely wrap it. You don't want to put anything tight over a burn because a burn will swell. And if you put something tight, particularly if it's round like this, as it expands and swells, you can actually constrict the blood flow. So just loosely over. Please do not be tempted to put any creams or potions or anything else on a burn other than a properly recognised foil-packed burn dressing once you have cooled the burn properly. So nothing else that says for minor burns, please don't, because anything that you put on we will have to scrape off in hospital, and that will hurt, and it makes life harder. Burns to the hands, the feet, the genitals, the throat, and all the way round a limb, for the reasons I've said previously, are most serious. And if it is caused by a chemical burn, make sure you run under cool running water for at least 15 minutes, and be careful of the runoff, because whatever's burnt them could end up burning you too. I hope that's been helpful. There's plenty more resources on my website, www.firstaidforlife.org.uk, and there's loads more in my book too, available on Amazon and in good bookstores. Thank you for listening. That's Emma Hammett, First Aid for Life.